Hey, hey, humanity, on this beautiful, fantastical Friday morning. I'm a little late with my reel, but not really. I'm already 6 hours plus into my day, and I want to talk about that. How do you stay energetic throughout your busy life? I want to give you a real time example. And do I do this all the time? I wish. But the days that I do it, I feel like this, and it's called sleep regulation. What do I mean? Pick a time to get up every single morning, same time. Go to bed the same time. Your body comes back into its own natural rhythm. Your melatonin starts working better. Everything in life changes when you have that sleep regulation consistency. Now I'm aiming for a full 30 days. Sometimes I'll go 5 days in a row, and then I fluctuate, especially since I'm home now and I don't have to punch into a matrix clock. But let me show you how it works. On the regular, I prefer to get up at the crack of dawn, before the crack of dawn. 3:30 is my golden moment. Oh my God, how do you do that, you say? I would never be able to do that. Never say never. Work it out this way. If you normally get up at 6, back the clock up a half hour and then further to the goal that you want. Don't push yourself all at once, although I have to admit that's kind of how I roll. It's like all or nothing, right? But anyway, so back to my favorite time of the day. My husband's alarm goes off at 5. So from 3:30 to 5, that's me time. Oh, that's selfish. No, that's called self-regulation. That's called honoring yourself first. That's like putting the mask on the plane, the oxygen mask on your mouth first before you help anybody else. You have to operate every day with a full cup. And how do you get that? It's your own self rituals. So I'm just going to run by these real quick. What I did this morning. I get up at 3:30. Actually, I woke up before my alarm at 3:25. Got up, turned my phone alarm off, which is not in the same room with me. We never have electronics. I take that back. We do have our home cameras, that screen in where we sleep, but no other electronics. And so I went into the kitchen, turned off my phone, and immediately got my shoes on and went outside, and I did my 2-mile walk all the way up to the end of my road, uphill, not the flat road, and back. Then I took a drink of water. Well, actually, I started with the drink of water, took another drink of water. Then I took my 2 snow dogs out for the flat level walk because they're older and they can't really do the hill ride anymore as rapidly as I'd prefer. So I took the dogs out, and then I came back and I did my own moving meditation, my own private session of release and revive, which, by the way, as I share it, I don't just share it. No, 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 no. Every day I start with my own personal practice. It's changed my life, and I'll do it every day that I continue to be on the planet. So I did my moving meditation, and then I prepared my husband for lunch for his workday. I make his breakfast, I share conversation, we pray together, and when all of his stuff is done, then I have my first cup of mushroom coffee. I've been veering off of caffeine, and it's been about almost a month. And I'll have an occasional cup. Now, I had a cup yesterday, and today I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and have a cup, but I'm drinking it black with honey, no creamer, and some days I just do black with my grass-fed Kerrygold butter, which look into the reason why. Why would I do something like that? That's crazy. Why would you put butter in coffee? You tell me. Resurrect your own inquisition. So anyway, so now I'm up to 5:30, a quarter to 6, and now my husband's launched. I'm drinking my first cup of coffee, and now I am pulling up my bills. I'm paying some bills. I'm placing a couple of orders, and I got some laundry going, and then took care of the dogs and the cats, feeding everybody, and then I launched my husband. Then I sat down and did a little bit more computer work. Now that puts me at about 9:30, and I'm coming out in my garden. I'm going to work about 2 hours, and then I'm going to go back in the house and I'm going to finish my office move. I'm about 95% into my new office space, and it's going to be fun the balance of today, because now I'm going to do the niceties. I'm going to hang the pictures that I want just where I want them, and that type of thing. And a little bit later this afternoon, when all the tasks that I wanted to accomplish are done, I'll hop in the shower. Oh my God, you didn't take a shower yet. Well, no, that would be pretty foolish to take a shower before I come out. I don't know, it's probably close to 90 right now, and it is sun shining, but I'm going to give my gardens a drink of water, and then I have some cleanup. I have some sunflowers to take down. The pole beans, which were not our success. I mean, they were so successful in growing. They're continuing to grow, and we don't like them. They're not to our palate, and so we have snipped them from the base of their stem, and now we're beginning to harvest this is probably the 100th layer that we've had on the roof. See, we've begun the process my husband began yesterday, and you can see I still have beans. Some are drying up and the rest are green, and we're going to pick all of those today and feed them to the chickens, because everything has a place in this regenerative cycle that we find ourselves in, including us. So when you're having a hard day, remind yourself that your dance of transformation is just part of that regenerative cycle. And then maybe when you're at a rough spot, you can just say to yourself, well, yeah, this area of my life, like Teresa Marie's pole beans, is kind of drying up, and it feels crunchy and uncomfortable. But next to it is this new growth, this new way of being in my life. So see, you got to reframe stuff, right? So I wanted to share the difference. Now, let me give you what the other way looks like. I stay in bed until 5 o'clock. This was yesterday. I told myself I didn't sleep real well the night before. And why was that? Because the night before that, I spent the last half hour, I'm telling on myself, because this is the truth. This is how we be, right? Or how we are currently and how we want to not be. And that is sitting on my phone the last 30 minutes before I put my head on the pillow, doing what? Oh, you know what we do with our thumb. Come on, I'm not alone. Or maybe it's this. Yep. Or maybe it's this. Any way you look at it, we spend way too much time on these blue screens or on the gaming controller. I mean, come on, let's at least admit that we're all in on this and we all do it. And, maybe we can start sharing tips of how we're backing away from it, right? So 5 o'clock I get up instead of my 3:30 because I just I needed more sleep, which is a bunch of BS. You know it. You're in charge of your body, mind, and spirit, and God is in charge of you. So come on, let's be truthful. But I waited, got up with Roger, and then I started his coffee because he still does the caffeine, because my husband has controls. I am like all or nothing, If I like something, I'm going to drink a pot of it instead of a cup. And this is something in my life that I'm learning to channel to the good. Let's do 100 things towards my purpose and mission, and let's do less of the things that I don't want in my life. See how this works? So, yeah, I start the coffee, I start to get his lunch going, and then I'm late walking the dogs, and then I'm just feeling froggy, and I don't feel organized. Why? Because you see, that first hour and a half, 2 hour golden time is the time I do what? I connect. I connect right up with our Creator, with our source, where all the chi, the energy, the prana, you name it, it's the electricity that runs through our body that we have forgotten how to feel. And Yeah, maybe you are hearing this for the first time, but this is why I can't talk about Tai Chi. These are all different ways that people have discovered. There's probably 6 or 12 different varieties of Tai Chi, right? And that's all good and well. But all I'm saying is that what I discovered is that there's certain ways that we move our body, or we're remembering that we used to always do these things, to enable us to feel the energy. What energy? The intrinsic energy, the energy of our Creator, the energy that keeps us hooked up to our own I have a hard time saying these two words together. Our own God spark. How were we created? By our Creator God. It came from Him. And everything, as Tesla will remind us, is energy, frequency, and vibration. And we have that running through our bodies. And what I discovered the first time I did these certain movements that I share now everywhere I can, I knew what I was feeling. The comforter. Don't worry. I'm going to leave you a comforter. I'm not going to leave you alone. I'm going to leave you this reminder that you can feel. You might not be able to see or touch. What is that? Whatever quote-unquote church or religion you belong to. You hook up in prayer. You talk to. You believe for something that you cannot see. And most of us cannot hear, and certainly we cannot feel. But that was not the way it was supposed to be, folks. No. We are remembering. And that's why my classes are called Release and Revive. Release what? We're releasing the bondage, the slavery, the programs, the false way of believing, the groupthink, the herd mentality. And we're coming back to resurrecting our inquisition. And when we do that, we begin to find things that are going to help us. I can't tell you what they are for you. Everybody has their own way of reconnecting with their one and only, with their God spark, with the deepest connection that we have, that the darkness, and I can list probably 6 different names or scenarios that it could be that is causing this, but that's up to you. I'm not going to direct how you think, but I am going to remind you, you have the memory that God is not in a box. Our Creator is infinite. He's omnipotent. He's omnipresent. He's everywhere in everything. And He flows in us, and we have forgotten how that feels. And we're releasing. No, we are dissolving and letting go, walking away from, and beginning to learn how to feel that negative, that tension, that dis-ease in our body leaving. And how do we do that? We begin by warming up, priming the pump inside our bodies with the warm-up. 15 to 20 minutes at least. And then 4 movements that remind our body that we flow like the planet. We flow like the wind. We sway like the trees. We fold like the waterfall. We remind ourselves that even our feet go through the elements of the planet. Don't believe me? Look it up. Resurrect your own inquisition. Don't listen to just me. Don't listen to anybody that doesn't resonate with you. You will discover that God spark when you begin to do that deep inner work. Nobody can do it for you. There's helpers everywhere. There's mentors. And they may not even, for example, when I sat in pews in church, people would freak out if you talked about anything mystical, astrology or numerology or meditation or readings or tarot cards, and everything I just mentioned is simply an avenue of opening your mind and heart to the remembrance, because we already know it all here. But sometimes we have to hit upon certain rhemas, look up what a rhema is, and then take that rhema and sila it. What does sila mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? We let these screens think for us. I do it all the time. And I keep telling myself, because God's already given me so much to talk about my affair with AI. But I keep putting it off. Interesting concept. But I just, see, there's the distraction. So anyway, the difference was I did not reconnect myself. I didn't get my marching orders. This morning I knew exactly the things that I had on my plate. There's usually only 3. And within those 3, I have my own parameters. And more linear time is leaving my life. I've wanted it off my timeline for some time, because I guess I'm beginning to remember that in the 3D, in this dualistic vibration that we live in, we have to go by the clock. And I can't tell you how many times in the last month I've said, what day is it? What time is it? And now with so much happening, so much unfolding, my dreams and visions beginning to manifest, I need an appointment book that I actually look at every day, right? And so I need that time, especially now, to not grind myself. That's what we used to do, grind. No, to ground myself. And one of my favorite ways of doing that is walking down my country road at the butt crack of morning when nobody's out. I could see the stars this morning, and it so irritates me still. Yeah, I'm telling on myself again. There's so many houses on my road that have these blinding bright lights, like they're afraid to step out into the dark. You know we're victors over the darkness, don't you? Anyway, the difference is palatable. Yesterday I didn't get near as much accomplished, and that was even tenfold, because I did not prepare myself. And man, when it turned out that my husband didn't have to go to work, because see, I had all this, well, I got up late, but I'll do it when Roger leaves. Oh, and then Roger didn't leave. And the whole day got turned upside down. No more, can't do that anymore. So I am reintroducing myself to the me that remembers to track with my Heavenly Father, and He'll show me what the most important things are to put in that planner book, you see. So, just wanted to give you a taste of what life is for Teresa Marie, the Traveling Ambassador of Chi, which, by the way, tomorrow I am at a Baha'i fellowship. I was invited by one of my students to one of their meetings. I'm so looking forward to meeting these lovely people. And then Saturday, I go to the Moonbow Market here in Shelbyville. There are going to be multiple vendors there, a incredible food truck, and fellowship. People from other towns are coming, and I'm so looking forward to meeting some new people, and so looking forward to introducing my husband to some of my circle. And it's going to be a great day, and I am praying right now for your greatest health, your most vibrant energy, and of course, not only that you have the most fantastically filled Friday, but that you have a wonder-filled weekend filled with peace. Until next time, Humanityville, it's your sister, it's your greatest cheerleader, your supporter, Teresa Marie. Peace.